I've got 7 more amazing Middle Eastern fragrances that no one's talking about. So let's talk about them. Hello people, my name is Nixon Dias and you're watching Smelly Cat, soon to be the absolute best place on YouTube for honest fragrance reviews, lists and much more. This one is part 2, so if you haven't seen part 1 yet, I've left a link in the description. There's a suggestion up here. I've even pinned it in the comments, and if I figured it out, I'm even gonna put a card at the end of the video. Today, I've picked fragrances that aren't direct clones, but are either a good mix of two types of fragrances or do a good job at emulating a fragrance by adding their own twist to it. Alright, let's start with the first one. It's called Khaltat Al Arabia Royal Blends. This is probably the juiciest fragrance I own in my collection. It smells of sweet, overripe fruits, like it has almost started fermenting. I get a strong red apple and fig, probably even plum in the opening. Very boozy and heavy, even pungent. It's mixed with strong musk and spices that help make it more airy and effervescent. Then it's got a couple of yellow flowers in it, probably ylang ylang. There's also a couple of other floral notes on this, which are probably fruit blossoms because the floral seems very fruity, but I can't really put my finger on it. What is it a clone of, right? I don't know. To me, it comes closest to Pulp by Byredo. Byredo's Pulp has the same rich, purple, fleshy feel to it that later turns dry and woody, but this one retains its juiciness all the way to the woody dry down. Presentation as usual from Latafa is great. The bottle is heavy and it looks nice and expensive. If you want to make sure that you smell different, then Latafa's Khaltat Al Arabia Royal Blends is a good buy. I've seen it go for around $30 on eBay in the US and around 1,300 rupees on Amazon.in in India. I bought it for around 45 dirhams and it came with a deo with it as well. I can easily see this inside a Xerjoff or a Sospiro bottle going for 20 times its price. It is that sort of a fragrance. It's juicy, it's musky, it's fruity. Definitely worth a buy. Time for another Latafa. This is called Latafa Velvet Oud. Now this is a clone of Tom Ford's Tuscan leather, but it will remind you of a whole lot of other leather fragrances. A bit like Davidoff's leather blend, there are traces of St. Dupont's vanilla and leather in this as well, and also Aqua di Parma's Colonia leather. And it's got its own sort of identity as well, thanks to the oud and rose backbone. Check this presentation out, guys. Latafa are really punching above their weight here. You will not find a better presentation and juice at this price. No way. I usually don't keep cases or boxes, but this one is too beautiful. Nice, luxurious black velvet suede finish with a fall leather on top and the stitched part here as well. Inside you get this very expensive looking crystal bottle with this crystal cap that has the Latafa logo hidden inside it. This one is available for the same price as Khaltat Al Arabia Royal Blends. I bought it for around 45 dirhams. It's available on Amazon.com in the US for $30 and on Amazon.in in India for around 1,300 rupees. On to another Latafa. This one is called a Jazzy and it's got a nice, smooth, heavy bottle with a very minimalist design. It also came in a nice, big, dark green and gold case. This one is a more westernized Latafa. Now, I'm not sure what it is a clone of directly, but I can tell you the fragrance that it's trying to be. It's got citruses, lavender, pepper, ambroxan and woods. So it's got the Dio Sauvage, Dylan Blue vibe to it. But it doesn't directly smell like any of those. When it dries down, it reminds me of Ajmal's Hatkora wood. Very woody, creamy and comforting. So Latafa's Ijazi Very common in the opening, but very unique and interesting in the dry down. You can get it for $27 in the US and for around 1200 to 1400 rupees on Flipkart and Amazon in India. Now, what do we have next? It's called 9 AM by Afnan. Afnan really go under the radar as a Middle Eastern house, but they actually have an impressive list of fragrances. One of them is 9 AM. It's part of a series. There's another one called 9 PM as well, but I'm not sure what that one smells of. This one, on the other hand, has the same feel as Francis Kirk de John's Aqua Vita Forte. Citrus, spice, and everything nice. You'll get very bright lemon and mandarin up top that is very well supported by spicy cardamom and pink pepper. In the heart, you'll get a lot of orange blossom and rose and white florals. And then it gets ever so slightly woody and creamy in the dry down. So it starts off very lively, turns very tart and spicy, and then dries down to a very smooth and woody soothing scent. This one is perfect for weekend mornings and brunches. It's called 9 AM for a reason, a very summer daytime kind of scent. Afnan's 9 AM. The next is another Afnan. It's called Supremacy in Heaven. It smells most like Creed's Silver Mountain Water, although there are traces of Creed's Aventus in there. I'm not saying it smells anything like Creed Aventus, but the use of similar ingredients like blackberry and bergamot, ambergris and patchouli will remind you of Supremacy Silver or Aventus. What they've tried to do, I believe, is keep the Supremacy Silver DNA alive and come up with a Silver Mountain Water inspired version of that. I've also done a Silver Mountain Water clone showdown of sorts. You can see where this one stands among the others. I'm leaving a suggested link up here and I'll leave it in the description as well. Next, we have Oud Kalakas King. I believe no one except Mohit from Project Perfumery has spoken about this one. He describes it as Prada La Homme with added musk, and that's exactly what this one is. There is no better way to describe this. Very soft and powdery with a subdued iris, nothing sharp or artificial about it, very well blended. If you're into Prada La Homme, Dior Homme, Valentino Uomo like fragrances, you will like this one. It's the same fragrance with a very expensive feeling musk added to it, all the way from the top to the dry down. It's called King by Oud Kalakas. And just like that, we've reached the last one. This one is from a very old house here in Dubai called Al Haramain. If you go to the perfume souk here in Dubai, you will find 10 of their stores, a stone's throw away from each other. This one is called Al Haramain Etoile Silver. It opens up a lot like Creed, Green Irish Tweed or Cool Water, but then it soon takes a very grassy ambergris turn. Now some say that it smells like Keton Men. I cannot confirm because I haven't smelled Keton, but I'll tell you this. You will definitely make a connection with any fragrance that smells like Green Irish Tweed or Cool Water. It's called Al Haramain's Etoile Silver. So that was part 2, guys. 7 other fantastic Middle Eastern alternatives that absolutely no one's talking about. And now that I spoke about it, I hope that you get to try at least one of these. If you'd like a dedicated video on any of these, let me know in the comments and I'll describe them in detail. If there are any other Middle Eastern houses that I should look at, any fragrance that you're curious about, let me know. If I have it in my collection, I'll make a video on it. If I don't, I'll hunt it down, buy it, and I'll make a video on it. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. And if you hit that bell icon, well, nothing like it. Until next time, keep smelling fantastic.